Hi, you are watching this video because you are interested or you're going to conduct research in the chemistry department or biology department or engineering department on YSU, or you're going to work in the lab preparing chemicals for teaching. So this is the Chemical Management Center website. If you go to the YSU main website and search for Chemical Management Center, this should appear. So again, you can see what the Chemical Management Center does. I'm not going to talk about that. What I am going to talk about, if you look at rules, these are all pertaining to the chemical hygiene plan. But if you click on rules for labs with chemicals at YSU, the rules that we adhere to will pop up. Several. So if anytime you feel unsafe because of any kind of condition or inappropriate actions of somebody else, please consult with your faculty advisor. Uh, Contact me. Um, but you have a right to safe working conditions at the university. Just going to say this probably times. Keep all labs clean and in proper working order. So a clean lab is a safer lab. Know what you are doing and what you're working with. So again, be prepared. Read things like the SDS. Don't block doors, etc. Again, if you have questions, talk to your lab advisor. So general rules: there's no eating, drinking, smoking, no gum chewing, no tobacco, no makeup. Follow instructions carefully given by the faculty member. Become acquainted with the location of safety showers, eye washes, first aid kits, exits, fire extinguishers, eye washes, everything. Um, Also become familiar with the chemicals being used. Read the safety data sheet. I'll show you in a moment where you can find the safety data sheet. And become familiar with non-chemical hazards like tripping hazards, etc. Uh, PPE, personal protective equipment required, are lab coats, safety glasses, prefer safety goggles, and gloves. The university supplies nitrile gloves, but other gloves may be necessary based upon the chemical that you are using. Proper clothing is required. Long pants is always required. Closed-toed shoes are required. Any adherence from that, you will be asked to leave the lab. Another prudent practice is to confine long hair. Again, just as a word of note, wear long pants. Leggings or their tight-fitting pants are discouraged just because if you get a chemical on them and acid can leak right through and cause a burn. So lab safety equipment, like I said, you have first aid kits, eye washes, safety showers, fire blankets. Even the fire blankets are discouraged sometimes. The best thing you can do is when you're on fire is to stop, drop, and roll, and then call obviously the person with you. You're never working alone. Call 911. There are spill kits in the labs. I will show you the link for the SOP for that. Any problems or any issues with this, again, email me, call me. I will be gladly there to help. I also read safety data sheets. There should be copies in every lab. I'll show you where to find them here. Labeling and waste, proper chemical labeling is always required. Products without labels are a safety hazard, and you must have a waste form, which you can obtain online or at the Chemical Management Center. Glass waste is to dispose of properly. There are cardboard containers. Once the glass waste gets full, we can come and get those and throw them in the proper receptacle. Other things like chemical storage, don't store flammables out on the table. They should be in a cabinet, preferably a flammable cabinet. Corrosives go in a corrosive cabinet. Are not to be mixed. Do not place bottles on the floor. Keep fume hoods clean and make sure they are proper working order. If they are not, you can contact me. Do not store chemicals in hoods or use a hood that has been red tagged. And that's something I should be looking into to make sure it is working. Hoods not in use, uh, should, hoods in use should not be used for permanent chemical storage. When you are done using a chemical, return it to the proper storage location. We're going to go back to the Chemical Management Center website, and I will show you a link. There are several links there. So there's also a link for instrumentation rules. So this will detail any information you want to, if you are using instrumentation like the NMR, mass spectrometers, X-ray diffractometers, read, sign these rules and return them to me or Ray Hawk. Use the equipment. And you must have your advisor sign as well. General academic lab safety guidelines is something good to read. So it pretty much details what I just discussed. Again, proper clothing, lab coat, goggles, gloves. And then the location of fire extinguishers, first aid kits, eye washes. We use a Fendall eye wash. Work practice, when leaving the lab, remove your gloves, lab coat. Never have food or drink in the workplace. Do not work alone. And then storing chemicals, do not try to transfer chemicals or store them improperly. If you need to transfer chemicals, you should have a secondary containment cart, a plastic carrying case, uh, carrying container. And if you have an accident, you must make sure you report that to your advisor, who are then reported to the EOH office on the campus of YSU. Note where to locate the YSU Chemical Hygiene Plan. You will see a link on the right page when we return to the Chemical Management Center. That it will be, there is a link right here. So here is a link for the SDS. If you click on SDS, up will pop the ChemWatch website. I will give another detailed video explaining this in another session. Search the chemical database. You can click here. You can require a login. I will give that to you. You can feel free to search chemicals that we have on the campus of YSU. And then I will actually have a video detailing that as well. Fire extinguisher training, you should have gotten that during your industry safe training. We offer hands-on training twice a year. And then here is where you find the standard operating procedures. So things like fume hood check, spill response. If you have a spill kit, you should in every lab. This is a document detailing the information about another video detailing how to use and when to use a spill kit. But this is where you all the SOPs. If you need to use dry ice, sharps, non-biohazard sharps, links for emergencies. Again, then the rule of thumb for emergencies is always one. But that's up there. This every kind of scenario will be here. If we go back to the standard procedure of the disposal procedures here, disposal of empty chemical containers, lab glass, eye safety, dress code, using liquid nitrogen or cryogenics, that is there as well. Any questions can be directed toward me. There are training sessions in addition, or there are videos in addition to the ones that you say before you work in the lab. So any questions or concerns may be directed toward me. This is just a general guideline of the lab safety rules. Again, to review the lab safety rules, no eating, drinking, smoking, long pants, those two shoes are required at all times, lab coat, gloves, etc. Those are all required. No eating, like I said, no eating or drinking. Those are the main lab rules too that we adhere to. I am in lab all the time, basically enforcing these rules. So make sure this is a notice that you have been informed and you have been made aware of our rules here at YSU. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate it. Have a great day.